Thousands of channels are blowing up on YouTube right now, and it's not because they're perfect. It's actually because they have survived what's known as the invisible growth phase. So I'm going to go through 6 areas that we're going to look at in regards to how to maximize our chances of being in that same category of blowing up our channels. And I'm going to end it with a 4-step quick guide of things we can go and do straight away. So first of all, we're going to look at the fact that most creators quit too early. I use the phrase, it's not that they quit, they just leave before the magic moment happens. There is definitely an invisible growth period, all right? And we've all got to go through that. And I think that's what a lot of people fail to see. They just get inspired by someone that's amazing on YouTube and they think they can go and replicate that and get monetized within a month or two. It doesn't work like that. If we look at the most famous of all YouTubers, Jimmy, so Mr. Beast, it took him 2 years and 300 videos to get his first 1,000 subscribers. Just to put that in perspective, and that's the biggest YouTuber on the planet, and no one's going to surpass what he has been able to achieve, all right? Yes, keeping in mind the fact that he was part of the journey real early on in the piece, so if he were to try and start now on this with the same sort of momentum, it probably wouldn't take him as long, and thus it shouldn't take us as long in theory, but it could, all right? You just got to be in this for the long game, okay? And don't quit, because you could be quitting just before you reach that peak, and that's when the magic happens. You just need one video to go off. It brings your audience in, everything starts aligning properly, they watch your other videos, and then you get the steady churn of people that have finally found you and want more of you. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the fact that the algorithm doesn't hate you. Okay, I see and hear this a lot out there. It's impossible for it to hate you, all right? It's a code, it's software. Run by machines. It has no emotion whatsoever. It is not emotionally driven. So it can't just outright hate you. But what it does do is it tests your videos, all right? So it's looking at how well you've structured your video, how well you've packaged your video, like have you given it a strong SEO-based title so that it has, and all of these are things that help place it in front of your, to-be audience, right? So a strong SEO title, your thumbnail, your description, your keywords, are they there? Are you actually helping the algorithm? To just sit there and say the algorithm hates me, it's like, but are you doing everything in your power to help the algorithm get you to where you need to be, which is in front of your audience, as soon as possible? Are you actually doing that? Early growth is all about clickability. So if you're not helping the algorithm get your content where it needs to be, then the right people won't click on it. And obviously you've got to give it every chance by structuring your videos and giving it the right packaging with the thumbnail that stands out and complements the description and everything that I've just said. So now the other one that I'm going to talk about, I haven't mentioned yet, and it's something that I now have in my mind, and this is what I'm working towards, is a 100 video rule. Basically, the algorithm, it needs what learns patterns, right? And it's learning from the more content and videos you put out. That doesn't mean just churn out rubbish. It means that you've got to learn, refine, and improve as you go your content as you release it. And by doing that, every video helps build momentum and increase the visibility of your channel, because it's increasing the chances of your video getting put in front of the right people. You've got to keep in mind, right, that out of all channels on YouTube, I believe there's a maximum from the stats I can find of 150 million, okay? But right now, or most recently that I could find statistics-wise, there's 2.7 billion people consuming or watching YouTube, all right? So that's a lot of people, and not really, in the scheme of things, number of channels. I think it works out to maybe 4% of people on YouTube are creators. That means like 96, 95% of people on YouTube are actually consumers, all right? So put that in perspective. So it takes a bit of time for the algorithm to get it right. You just need to do everything in your power to help it along as much as you can. Okay, consistency. What does consistency equal? It equals evolution, evolving. I mentioned improving, all right? It's not about just repetition. So don't grab the same sort of video, style, material, thumbnail poor title, no description, however you've been doing it, don't think you can just pump out 100 videos of the exact same method without improving along the way, all right? There's got to be a form of evolving your content, which is improving your content. You've got to evolve as you go. So simple things like finding the location that works for you. Although it's bloody windy today, it's, you know, this is my studio, so I just do what I can with what I've got. But I've tried other ways of recording. I've tried other methods of video, like tutorial videos, talking behind the steering wheel videos. They don't work for me. It's not my thing. And if it doesn't work for me, I'm not giving my most to you right now. And so that's important, all right? So consistency is about evolving. Find things that aren't working and that you can tweak and make work better, okay? Right, next thing we're going to look at is the tipping point, and it's a real thing, okay? Every channel that becomes successful with a decent number of subscribers, let's say over 10,000 subscribers, for you to get to that level, there's a tipping point. And you may not have a viral video per se, but you will have outlier videos, okay, which is sort of like a step down. It's a video that you have, and I mean, when we say outlier in general is potentially a video that does go viral. But within your own channel, right, an outlier video is one that does far better and brings in your audience, brings in subscribers, all right? It does far better than any other content that you've released to that point. That is the tipping point, all right? You just got to keep doing more of the same. You've kept growing and improving to get to that point, and now that you're at that point, you're at the tipping point where you've tipped into that heavy growth sector, and it will just keep going from there if you continue to improve your material and your channel moving forward. So the 4 steps that I wanted to quickly run through at the end of this is, okay, so step 1 is redefine success, okay? Focus on skill building over your analytics. I mean, they go hand in hand in some respects. Like if your click-through rate's not good, it means that your title and or your thumbnail are not good. So that can be an area that you need to improve on. But overall, if you're not getting the views and you want to increase that and become a potential channel to blow up, then that's what you've got to do. Redefine success as being focusing on skill building, not just the metrics and the analytics behind the scenes, okay? Build community, okay? Engage with other smaller creators. It's important. You need them for support, and you need them for guidance, and you need them for activity. It's important for your profile and your channel to look active, and not just as a creator, but as a consumer. So get out there, comment on videos that mean something to you, ask questions, get responses, get active, all right? Get into a community, all right? And your own, obviously. Once you start building your own community, I mentioned this on other videos, definitely don't post and ghost. When they comment, jump in there and respond accordingly, okay? Make sure it happens. The third thing, this is important, and this is a bit, I guess, an open-ended thing because it's different for everyone, and it's identifying what your edge is. What makes you you? What's different, okay? So for me, it's the fact that I want to be here to help people. I also have a desire to create something of my own. So that's maybe not necessarily my edge, but that's a starting point for my edge, okay? So my edge is that, okay, I do YouTube growth, but I just don't blanket YouTube growth. I do YouTube growth for those that are like me. They might be anxious, self-conscious, shy, overly shy, and they just have like mental roadblocks in the way, stopping them from getting to even releasing their first video, let alone allowing themselves to continue and build a channel, okay? So, and that's what I do. My edge, you know, I like the outdoors, I'm Aussie, I'm a granddad, a dad, I'm a whole range of things, and I love what I do, and yeah, and I guess my edge is that I'm showing what I learn as I go. That's my way of teaching. So I'm only a few steps ahead of you. I'm not leaps and bounds ahead of you. I'm not a master of anything here. I'm learning as I go, and I'm sharing what I learn, so that when you finally get to where you're starting, there's a whole lot of, I guess, nonsense or trial and error stuff that I've already been down that road and found what doesn't work or what isn't true, and I'm bringing it here to you right now. Find your edge. Commit to the 100 video thing that I talked about before. That's the 4th step, okay? by putting that in your mind, and that's what you're aiming for, you're not aiming too short. You're not aiming too soon. Remember, Mr. Beast, 300 videos, 2 years to get to his first 1,000 subscribers. That's a lot of effort and a long time. All right, so it's a long term, it's a long game. All right, and it's a slow burn to actually blow up. It doesn't happen overnight. All right, that's pretty much it for me. That sums up this video. I just really needed to get that out there for you to, you know, define what a channel blowing up really is. It doesn't happen just like that for no reason. All right, there's a lot that goes into getting it to that point, and it takes time. Thank you for joining me. My name's Carl. I've already told you what my channel's about and what I do, and I'll see you next time. Look after yourself.